All right, guys, 40 seconds. Get rolling in 40. Roll it out in 20 and 10 seconds. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Let's get going, guys. Coach Jim here. Good morning, everybody. All right, Tuesday. Let's get the legs rolling. Knock out any stiffness. I had an easier day yesterday after a solid weekend of work. Give yourself the time to warm it up. Good crew. Stay nice and light on those pedals right from the start. Drive with those knees. Did our Ironman California pre-race chat yesterday. We gave details of the race, gave some pointers. One thing I didn't talk about, perseverance. It's all about staying the course. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You got to put your head down and drive through it. Just like these workouts, we don't give up in the workouts. Yeah, sometimes it gets ugly, but we never get off and say, screw it, I'm done. Sucks. Just keep going. Get through the tough times, move on. You realize better times are ahead, but you got to get through those tough times. Makes you stronger. Makes you more resilient by proving yourself and get through those tough times. You go to course, it's second nature. JP, he's going to have some challenges on race day. All athletes do. I just looked up and I saw JP, the first person I saw. He's racing California. He's going to fall back on all the training he's done, all the experiences in life he's had up until this point. Prove to himself that he can get through the tough times on Sunday. But I need you guys racing with confidence when you go out there. We're not timid. We're not thinking, oh my God, am I going to make the cutoff time? How much time do I have until the cutoff? I don't know. I'm scared. I get on the bike. Oh, geez. What's the cutoff? That's not the way I want you thinking. I want you thinking, attack this course, compete within myself. And promote that confident mindset every single session, knowing, hey, it's going to be a tough session, but I'm going to crush it. I'm going to get right through it. I'm going to reach, recover, adapt, and get stronger. When we promote that mindset in training, it's just going to come out on race day. But I read notes and Training Peaks. Oh, it's just so many questions, so much unconfident thought process. And it's fine to show that weakness, or not show that weakness, just to expose yourself like that to coach, but it's something we need to address and say, hey, if you're not thinking with confidence now, if you're not training with confidence now, that's going to show up in race day. All right, so we're just slight build here. We'll back it down in about 40 seconds, spin it out. Like we did last week, we're going to forego the one-legged pedaling. We're going to do some spin-ups. Get those legs rolling. Let's not worry about that yet, though. Nice and relaxed pedal stroke. Big deep breaths. Seconds. Sure, every race you go into, there's some fear of the unknown. 2, 1, back it down. And there's some nervousness of the unknown, but I don't want you going to a race thinking, oh God, am I going to finish this race? I think there's a sweeper van going to come pick me up off the course. Hell no, that's not the way you think. Start line, no matter what, you know you're going to go out there, you can give it your best effort, and you're going to attack the day. Just like you approach every day that you live life. Attack the day, right, Emily? You're constantly counting down where the cutoff is. All you're doing is putting those negative thoughts into that thought process. If you're constantly questioning your fitness, your strength, or your ability to compete, hell no, JP. Going to that damn race saying there's nobody can beat me. There's nobody that's stronger than me out here. If I race my race to the best of my ability, sure, there's going to be tough times. There's going to be some bumps along the way. But I adapt. I know how to adapt. I have all these tools in my tool up box. I adapt to the feel, to the stress of the day. There's nobody on this damn course that's fitter and stronger than my athletes. That's the damn truth, Ricardo. Yeah, you know it. Race with confidence. Race with pride, guys. Race with an attitude. All right, let's do some spin ups. Let's start here, 85 to 95. We're not going to start yet. We're going to start in 1 minute. Keep it nice and relaxed. And we'll start our actual spin up in 1 minute. We're going to stay nice and light on those pedals. We're going to drive the momentum from that knee drive. Yesterday, I went out and I rode out on PCH. And it sucked. There's a headwind going out. So the first 35 miles was just a drain. But that could happen on race day. You got to be prepared for it. How are you going to approach it? First off, from a mindful standpoint, where are you going to put your head? Take it 1 mile at a time, dial into the technique. Don't think about how miserable the headwind is. Either way, you got to put up with it. And then from there, think about the technique. You stay nice and relaxed on those pedals, release the lower leg, stay fluid, stay efficient, like we're going to do right here. 3, 2, 1. Drive those knees. Let's bring that cadence up to 85 to 95. As you warm into this, you can bring it closer to 95 RPM, but nothing higher, because each round, we're going to get a little higher with that cadence. So we want to climb the ladder, nothing too crazy yet. Let's focus on releasing that ankle, staying nice and fluid and relaxed. On the call yesterday, Nancy asked, when you're into a headwind, what do you do? What do you do when you're into a tailwind? When you're in a headwind, a little higher cadence, nice fluid pedal stroke. When you have a tailwind, a little lower cadence, keeping that pedal stroke fluid. All right, let's back it down in 3, 2, 1, and spin it out. Nice and easy, 1 minute. Next round, we're going to bring it up 95 to 105. Getting those legs moving. Slowly building that heart rate. Easy thing to do is give up. But once you give up once you start to feel that pain and you give up, that's that much easier to do it the next time. We don't give up. We fight through, persevere, overcome adversity. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Move your legs 95 to 105. You have a tough time getting that cadence up. Focus on the knee drive. Don't even think about the lower leg. Upper body's relaxed, big deep breaths. Like Emily says there, release those hip flexors. Float the knees straight up, drive the knees straight down. Keep it in that sagittal plane. No wobbling in and out. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and spin it out easy. All right, good. So next round we'll go 100 to 110. So we'll start at around 100 with our cadence. Over the course of the minute, we'll build it up to around 110. Good stability on that saddle. Don't let any wobbling or swaying occur. Let all that energy be transferred from the knees to the pedals. Any energy wasted in upper body movement on the saddle is energy that's not going into the legs, which in turn goes into the bike. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Start around 100 RPM. Let's build up to 110 over the course of this minute. Drop the heel down, float the knee up. Can't get that cadence up. You're probably putting a little too much tension in the lower leg. Come on. Upper body's relaxed. Big deep breaths. Drive the knees with a little more momentum. Come on, bring it up to 110. Three, 2, 1. Good. 1 to go. All right. Last one, 105 to 115. We'll start around 105, build up to 115 over the course of a minute. Let's start bringing your cadence up now. Really move the feet here. The faster you move those feet, the more you work that efficiency. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Come on, 1 minute. building cadence, but you got to stay grounded in that saddle. Don't let yourself start to bounce. Control yourself with your core by really stabilizing on the saddle. The more you control you have with that core on that saddle, the more control you have over your legs. Start the bounce, you start to lose that control. Three, two, one. Spin it out. Nice and easy, guys. 3 minutes. So when I was playing ice hockey, I was never the best player. I was a hard worker. I had skill. I mean, obviously, I played the professional level, so I'm not going to say I stunk. I wasn't a bender, but I wasn't the flashy guy who'd go out there and make any team he wanted to play on. I go to tryouts, not make the team, go to tryouts, not make the team. But I persevere, I keep going. Maybe it was my pride, my ego said, no, I love playing ice hockey. I know I can play. I just got to find the right place. Would have been really easy to say, I didn't make this team. I didn't make that team. I'm just going to go do something else, dig ditches, flip burgers. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I had a passion for the sport. I knew I loved waking up every morning, going to practice. Games were a different level of endorphin release. I loved it. So I persevered. Every time I got cut, it just lit the fire more. I said, you know what? I'm going to prove these guys wrong. Eventually, I wound up Bismarck, North Dakota, as an 18-year-old, living on somebody's couch. Not really a couch, spare bedroom, some random family, spare bedroom for 2 years. An experience of a lifetime. I was the captain of the team, crowd favorite, still the penalty minute leader. It's an awesome experience. But if I wouldn't have never had that experience, if I would have got cut from the first or second or third team and said, forget it, I'm just going to go to University of Illinois, join a fraternity, and get shit-faced for 4 years. I earned a Division I scholarship, played for 4 years there, played a year of professional ice hockey. Not saying there's anything wrong with getting shit-faced for 4 years, Matlow, but I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't let some asshole coach who didn't know this from that. All right, let's go. 88% cadence, 80 to 90. 2, 1. 88% effort, guys. We're going to do 12 minutes around your sweet spot effort. We're going to keep that cadence 80 to 90 the whole way through. Every 3 minutes, we're going to change up our effort, keeping it in that 88 to 92, 93% range the whole way. So find your rhythm here. I'm not going to vary our power too much. Every 3 minutes, just slight. Always within that sweet spot range, which is around that 88 to 93%. Might be a little stiff still. Give yourself time to keep moving. To warm up. Just keep moving, persevere through the uncomfortable feeling. I was talking about University of Illinois, but Iowa, same difference, Dougie. But then I think back to younger, the top team, ice hockey team in my state was University of Illinois. Team Illinois. Coach named Chico. Guy with Chico is his name. Should that be my new nickname, Chico? Chico cut me. I went to the other team, Team Illinois. I went to the Chicago Young Americans, and I made it on that team. I didn't let Chico's impression of me dictate my future. I held the keys. I persevered. We ended up winning the state championship, going to nationals, beating Team Illinois. I showed Chico who's boss. I persevered through that adversity, didn't take no for an answer. Let's up it 92% in 2, 1. Keep that cadence right there. The point I'm trying to make is you got to persevere through adversity, guys. In your daily life, you persevere. You don't allow failure to dictate your future. You adapt and respond. Move your chess pieces around. You control your future. The course doesn't control your future. Ironman California, Ironman Arizona, Indian Wells 70.3. You get a cramp in your calf, what are you going to do? Pull over the side of the road, say, I'll quit, forget it, I'm done. No. Rub it out, get your electrolytes in, keep moving forward. You know that cramp is going to cease and dissipate in time. Deal with it, persevere, move on. Go into the race knowing you want to hold 200 watts. Your watts are only showing 150. What are you gonna do? Pull over the side of the road. Wait for the poop wagon to come and get you? No, you adapt, say, hey, you know what? All I can hold today is 150. That's what I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna stay on my nutrition, take it 1 mile at a time. Keep moving forward. Persevere. We got to cultivate this mindset in all walks of life. Work, family. Shots of tequila. We don't quit. I see so many athletes quit before realizing their true potential. 10 seconds. We're going to bring it down to 90%. 3, 2, 1. Keep that cadence 80 to 90. So many athletes along the way have given up on themselves, have given up on a sport they love because they didn't have results right away. Andrew Lockton, Quinn Borchard. These are guys that came into the sport with who had major potential, major talent, but they didn't have perfect results. They weren't winning races in the first couple of years. They went on, they moved on. Just fine. Maybe the passion wasn't there. But if the passion's there, maybe you're not seeing results for some time. You got to stay the process. Persevere. 44 tomorrow. I turn 44 tomorrow. 44. That means if I race as an age in the age groups next year, I'd be 45 to 49. And I still believe I haven't peaked yet. I still believe that with perseverance, consistency, and focus, I'm going to keep realizing my true potential. And that keeps me waking up 4:45 every day and driving. Keeps that fire lit. What's my true potential? I don't know. We got to realize it. You got to open that book. Keep turning the pages. We don't know what the end's going to say. But if we want it to be a happy ending, we keep working. We persevere. What novel have you read? Middleton, don't answer. I know you've never read the novel. That doesn't have ups and downs and ups and downs. But you get to the finish 99% of the time, you feel good about the ending. 3, 2, 1. 94% last 3 minutes. Cadence 80 to 90. Focus on driving the knees down, floating them up. Relax that hip flexor as those knees float up. Drop the heel as the knee drives down. Float the foot up, relax the hip flexor as you float that knee up. Keep that cadence in the 80s, guys. Come on. You're doing great. Nice and light on those pedals. All that momentum's coming from that and those knees driving straight up and down. No wobble in or out. Wiggle your toes, release your ankle. Nice, fluid, efficient pedal strokes. Focus on staying nice and light on those pedals to the finish line. Got 30 seconds. Relax the foot, light pressure between the bottom of your foot and the insole of your shoe. Drive the knees down, float them up. 3, 2, 1. Spin it out. 2 minutes. Going up to Sacramento, I'll be on the run course. And if I see one athlete, especially our athletes, but I'm even willing to do this for athletes that aren't ours, give up on themselves, have a pity party for themselves, lose that confident mindset, that perseverance attitude, they're going to get an earful. There's going to be no Mr. Nice Guy coach on the side of the road if I see that. Because I know what each and every athlete out there is capable of, at least our athletes. You give up on yourself, you give up on your team. You give up on everybody that brought you here, brought you to that place, to that start line, and is helping bringing you to that finish line. We don't give up on ourselves. We don't give up on our team. And I don't expect anybody to do that out there. Same thing at St. George a couple weeks from now. I don't expect anybody to do that. But if you let that bad wolf win, that's what kicks in. And that's what happens when you're in the mentally weakened state of fatigue of an Ironman. But that's why I'll be there to relight that fire. All right, here we go. 5 minutes at threshold. We're going to take it 30 seconds at a time. Cadence 80 to 90. 2, 1. Let's go. Drive your knees. Come on, guys. I want you to float that knee through the top. Drive it down. Cadence 80 to 90. You're at your threshold effort. Think about your left knee. Float it through, drive it down. As that left knee floats through the top and drives down, I want you to count. Every time it does that, for 40 pedal strokes. Count it out to yourself, left knee. Go. Good. Move over to the right knee. Same thing. Float it through the top. Drive it down for 40 pedal strokes. 2, 1, go. Good. Let's float that left knee up, release that left hip flexor. Left side, float it up for 40. 2, 1, count yourself. Good. Right knee floated up. Release that right hip flexor. Don't yank the pedal. Count it out for 40. 40 pedal strokes. Go. Good. Drive your left knee down. Float that right knee up. For the next 30 seconds, left knee down. Float the right knee up. Work together. Churn those pedals. Right knee down, left knee up. 30 seconds. Last 30, nice, relaxed pedaling. Release toes, release your ankle. Fluid, efficient pedal strokes. Three, two, one. 4 minutes. Spin it out. One of the best instances of perseverance I've seen from our athletes, Big Jimmy Crane, who will be racing this weekend. I don't think he's here. I had him sleep in this morning. But Jim, forget race perseverance. This guy's had major debilitating sciatica pain for a year. But he kept up with the training. We adjusted as needed. Gave him days off here and there. But the whole time he's been searching for answers, doing things, thinking outside the box to try and quell this debilitating pain. Been really easy for him to say, you know what? Can't do triathlon anymore. My sciatica just kicks in too bad. I'm just going to go sell tens of $1 million houses. He could have done that a year ago. Too much pain. Can't put up with it. But he has a passion for the sport. He loves it. He loves you guys. He loves his team. He loves the family we've built here. He loves the feel of competition, getting the most out of his body. That's not something he wanted to miss out on. Those are things he didn't want to miss out on. So he searched for an answer. Nothing worked. Acupuncture, massage, you name it. Card reader. This guy went everywhere. Mountains of Tibet for some healing monks. Been doing everything, thinking outside the box, stayed training. Finally, he found a combination of Stretch Lab and a strength trainer who knew his stuff in the Palm Springs area. Put those combination together, and he's been running pain-free for the last 2 weeks, just in time for race day. But it took perseverance, took thinking outside the box. He's going to go into race day when the going gets tough and say, NBD, what I've been through, the shit I went through to get here, to get to this start line, was a lot harder than this 14, 15, 16 hours of racing. This is a cakewalk compared to that. You got to put it into perspective. One day of suffering is nothing compared to what many of us have went through in our years of experience in life. All right, we're going to repeat that same set we just did, but we're going to vary cadence a little bit throughout. So we're going to start here, 88%, bring your cadence down into the 70s in about 20 seconds. Still 3 minutes, about 12-minute effort, or 12-minute effort at sweet spot. Changing every 3 minutes. All right, here we go. Bring that cadence into the 70s, 88%. 2, 1. Visualize a climb. Find that groove. Make sure those knees are straight up and down. You're getting those glutes involved. So we're in that higher torque with the lower cadence. Release those hip flexors in here as you float those knees up. Upper body's relaxed. Release your face. No grimacing on that face. Make sure you're dropping that heel at the front of your pedal stroke. There's no pointing your toes. As you start to fatigue, your body was going to take the path of least resistance. Go back to what it knows best. You were a toe pointing pedaler. That's what you're going to start doing when you start to get tired. Keep the weight on the back of the shoe. Drop the heel. Keep those glutes working. All right, just as you guys are going to do in St. George in a couple weeks, we're going to push over the top, bring the cadence into the 80s, visualize the top of a climb, stay on the pedals. Here we go. Get out of your saddle in 3, 2, 1. Over the top. Come on. Cadence comes up, the effort comes up to 92. Cadence in the 80s. As you find this groove, bring that cadence into the upper 80s, 85 to 90. Wiggle your toes, release your ankle, relax your calf. Drive with the knee down, float it up. Good. Big deep breaths, everybody. Keep on that cadence. Keep your foot speed up. Should be in the upper 80s. Ground yourself in the saddle. That's your anchor point. Very light grip on the bars. Wiggle your fingers. Come on, keep the cadence up. Don't give up on it now. Persevere. We're gonna go into another climb at 90%. Slow the feet. 65 to 75. Little steeper climb this time. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Drive your knees. Slow your feet. Keep the pressure on the pedals. 90% effort. Little lower cadence. Relax, breathe. That heart rate should come down a little bit. Not much. 2, 3 beats. Got to work that leg strength, guys. That resiliency. So don't skimp out on the low cadence work, on the climbing work. Cadence 65 to 75. You're grounded in the saddle, anchored in the saddle. Driving those knees off that anchor point. Knees are straight up and down. I want you to think about floating the left knee up, driving the left knee straight down for 40 pedal strokes. Count to yourself. Left knee, go. Go over the right knee, same thing. Float it up, drive it down for 40. Go. Light grip on your bars. We're gonna push up and over the top. Cadence back into the 80s. Here we go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 94%. Come on, out of the saddle. Get the cadence up. Build your cadence into the upper 80s. .40 pedal strokes, count to yourself. Once again, left knee down, float it up for 40. Go. Right knee, drive it down, float it up. 40 pedal strokes. Let's go. Drive your right knee down, float your left knee up. 45 seconds. Stay on that right knee down, left knee up. Cadence in the upper 80s. If it's not there, more momentum from the knees. Left knee down, right knee up. 45 seconds. Keep floating that right knee up, relaxing that right hip as that left heel drops. As the right knee drives down, left knee drives down. Five seconds. 2, 1, and spin it out. 2 minutes easy. All right. Pinch to grow an inch. We have 5 minutes at threshold. We're tired. We're fatigued. Once again, we'll take it 30 seconds at a time. You guys notice we're doing 40 pedal stroke counts. Our cadence is in the 80s. That's about 30 seconds. Counting different aspects of our pedal stroke. Yesterday, I'm pedaling into the wind for 35 miles. All I was doing was counting pedal strokes, counting aspects, different aspects of the pedal stroke through the top, heel down, knee drive, floating knee up, floating foot up, pulling heel under. Just kept moving around the focus. Eventually, it's time to turn around. I persevered. I didn't just turn around when the going got uncomfortable, going got tough. My mind told me this freaking sucks. I shut down the bad wolf, started thinking about my technique, and I got the time in and built that strength and that resiliency, both from a mental and a physical perspective. So here we go. Let's break it down 30 seconds at a time. Cadence 80 to 90. Threshold effort. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Find your groove over this first 30. By 90 seconds in, I'd like you to have that cadence in the 85 to 95 range. All I want you to do here for 40 pedal strokes is watch your left knee. Make sure it's straight up and down with no wobble. 40 pedal strokes, count to yourself, left knee focus, go. Move over to the right knee, same thing. No wobble for 40 pedal strokes, go. For the next minute, drop your cadence 65 to 75. Bring the cadence down. Now drive the knee down, drop the heel. Watch the left side. For 30 pedal strokes, count it out. Left knee drives down, drop the left heel, go. Right side, 30 pedal strokes, go. Knee down, drop the heel, right side. Out of the saddle, bring your cadence back to the 80s. Let's go. Back in the saddle. Drive the knees down, float them up. Drive the left knee down, float the right knee up. 30 seconds, go. Persevere. Right knee down, left knee up. Go. Cadence in the upper 80s. Make it look easy. Confidence. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. All right, guys, keep those feet moving. So it's a 70 TSS, but because the first quarter of the workout was warm up, we pretty much jam 70 TSS points in 45 minutes. So never judge a book by its cover. Always come into these workouts ready to work with your fuel, with your hydration. We have our 2 p.m. call today with your coaches, 2 p.m. Pacific time. But we have a lot of athletes racing this weekend. So we'll talk about that. But I would like you guys to go into the Facebook Tower 26 page and just leave a note. Hey, athletes racing this weekend. Persevere through the good times and the bad. And race proud, race with your chest out, race with confidence. Leave a note. Doesn't have to be specifically to anyone, because what's that's going to do, it's going to remind them, hey, my teammates are thinking about me, they care about me, but it's also going to stimulate that thought, those thoughts in yourself. You're going to remember that. Hey, I went in to Facebook. When you're on course next time, when you went on Facebook and you said, hey, you race with perseverance, you race with confidence. So how can I do any different? So go into the Tower 26 Facebook page, leave a note that says something to do about perseverance and confidence. Let's keep that thought process going within our family, within our group. So we'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Amazing work. That's how we persevere. And that's the fitness we build that allows us to race with confidence. Awesome work, guys. We'll see you at 2 later.